Alright, young black males, this is for y'all. You should be thinking about, let's say this is for a certain age group, between the ages of 18 to 30. At 18, you should be living your life, having fun. You should not have any kids, and if you do, you should be trying to go get a job and take care of them. And if you got a job and you're taking care of them and you're young, you should be going to school. You have to always be doing something extra. If you're just doing one thing, then, you know, there's a lot of hours in a day. You should be using every day to do something to better yourself. If you're rapping or, doing some type of music, that's all good and everything, but not everybody's going to make it. If you're an athlete, not everybody's going to make it that way either. But ways that you know that you can make it is everyone has a brain and everybody is smart in some way. The only problem is how much motivation do you have in order to take that brain of yours and use it. So this is a motivational talk right now. This is talking about all the young black men and women, I guess. You guys should be thinking about, how are we going to improve ourselves? How are we going to take care of our kids? Right now, if you have a kid at 18, that's going to be a hard life ahead of you. That means both of y'all are working already. No vacations at all. So, and if you're 25, then you're already at work. But you should be going to school between 18 and 25. There ain't no excuse. If you're in the military, if you're working a job, if you have kids and working a job, I've done that. I've gotten 3 degrees. I'm a person that can say they've done that. And it's important that you know that you need to be doing that, and you need to be there for your kids. You need to see them. You need to take time with them, to do stuff with them. Your work comes first, second comes family, and that's how it needs to be. But that's not a good thing that it's that way. That's how the system is. But if you're gonna make it, your family will understand that you need to go do those things in order to provide for them. Whether you don't have to be the only one working. Both of y'all should be working if you're in a relationship. So both of y'all can share that load. And if you're not in a relationship, then you have, at that point, you need to get college done because you want to have a job. You want to be able to create jobs. You want to be, something more than what it is to just be working somewhere and not know why you're there, what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know where you're going because you're at a job. Who wants to be at a job? That's why they call it a job, because it's work. You work hard. But I feel that we should be doing other things with our minds. Like, we should be learning with our minds, because then we can create those jobs to make people do things, like other people do the work. That's what you should be thinking, or no people at all, and cut out the whole people thing. Like, let's think of ways that we can automate stuff. That's when technology comes around. Like, technology is there, information is there, it's online. All you gotta do is put your face to the computer and keyboard and start typing away. Once you figure out how to Google and you're asking questions and you're getting answers, you need to be writing it down. You need to be taking notes, because that's how you can think and you can grow as a person. You need to be understanding that there's taxes and, all kinds of grown-up stuff that need to be done. So how are you going to do that without an education? You're not. You're going to be having legal problems and stuff. So you need to understand that in order to survive in this place, this America that we live in now, and I love America, and I have gone overseas for America. So, but my point is, what we see out here in these streets is not what we thought it was before we got here. Like, there's a system designed around us that we don't know about, and the more you take a look around and understand how you're working crazy hours in order to get a paycheck that's going to be the same every week for the rest of your life, that's when you realize that you don't want that for yourself. But it don't mean try to like find a way out by rapping either. It means you need to find a way out by thinking, because that's gonna make you think either way. If you're rapping, you should be looking up words in the dictionary. You should be knowing every meaning of every word. That should be your thing. So I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm saying you can, but you need to also be thinking outside the box. You need to be, motivated. Motivation is the key. That's how you succeed. Motivation you work out, motivation you think, motivation you do. So if you following me right now, 6 minutes in, I could talk about more stuff. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, so let's talk about baby mama drama. You got a baby mama out there. I know you got drama. So if you're still in good with your baby mama, y'all need to be working it out. If you've moved on, then just so you know, it's gonna always be drama. That's just the way it is. I mean, unless y'all communicate really well. So that's the answer to that problem. Communication is the key either way. And making sure that your child is available to you and with you at least half of the week, a minimum of half the week. You know what I'm saying? Because there are 7 days in a week. What I don't understand is, how do the males get 3 days? Sometimes like that's doesn't make any sense. But you should, people think about like they want the kids on the weekends. They're like, oh, you can have them for the weekends, but think about the weekends. I mean, there's a positive and a negative side to it. And I'm just going to bring this to light because I did have to deal with the weekend thing. So the positive side is there are 72 hours in 3 days, right? That's the weekend. The other days are Monday through Thursday, because Friday they're going with you, So Friday after school, if your kids are in school or in childcare, so Friday night you get them. And then you got Friday night, you got Saturday all day and Sunday all day. Now the other parent, they got 4 days. That's usually the female. So Monday after school is like, after school and daycare, it could be 5 o'clock. Let's say she's working. So 5 o'clock is when she picks up the kids, and she has them till about 9 o'clock before they have to be getting into bed. Or, they should be going to bed like 9:30. No later than 10. So what? Let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's say 10. So that's from 6 to 10. How many hours is that? 4 hours? Yeah. So 4 hours to be up with the kids, and you get to send them off to school in the morning. So we'll add that one. That's 5 hours. 5 times 4 days. That's 20 hours. That's less than 72 hours if you think about it. I mean, I know the kids are going to be sleeping part of that 72 hours, but at the same time, you're getting kind of equal days. But at the end of the day, it becomes other problems. Like, okay, let's say the mom's not working and she's getting welfare. Let's say both of y'all aren't working, so it's going to her. But like, the point is, if the kid's there half the time, then why would it all go to one parent? I don't know, because like the kid's not going to be using it in both houses. So you guys should be communicating. If that's the situation, then y'all should be sharing that card or whatever you're using, in order to get those extra things that you need in your house or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that we should all be on the system or nothing like that, because I don't think you should be on the system at all. Now, but if you are on the system, you should be using it, because people are coming over from other countries and they're using it, and we're paying for it anyways. So somebody got to use it. Why not be a person that needs it? So if y'all are using it, y'all need to be splitting it between y'all with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just at one person's house. And people will try to like sell their cars and stuff like that. Some people are shiesty, but that's what goes on in that type of situation, and I think that that's wrong. Don't ever do that because people get caught doing that. And that just makes us look bad as a race. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't like how I feel like in the news. I'm thinking about race more often now because they're bringing it up in the news. Like, I don't see fucking color, man, but at the same time, I have been judged many a times, and I don't like that feeling, and I don't think anybody should have to go through that, but that's just the way it is in America. You can't get past that, and it's terrible that it's like that. I can go to another country and they'll treat me better than I am here, and that's why people leave sometimes. And to be honest, you know it's not a bad idea, but you are, I love America, so can't get rid of the food. I mean, they don't have food like this anywhere else. Other things. But anyways, but it is messed up how, like, society is around us. Like, the first thing you should be thinking about is education. Not staying at home with your parents, not staying on the system. You should be thinking about how can you better yourself. Everybody needs to be thinking about how they're going to own their own business. Owning your own business is a way to self-sufficient income. You want to have your own income. You don't want to be relying on the man, which is the owner of a business. Someone else in charge. It's good, but for some reason, most of us want to be individuals. So when you want to be an individual, you want to be able to make it on your own, so that way you don't have to rely on someone else. And it makes you feel even better at the end of the day when you're able to do that and you have a family. So if you want to do right in your life, which most black males don't live past 50. Just to be honest, if you're eating a lot of food like spicy stuff or salty stuff, sweet stuff, you're gonna have diabetes. You're gonna have high cholesterol. You should be working out, just so you know. Like, if you're overweight or whatever, you need to be on weight. You need to be going back, because most of America has an obesity problem. So to some of you people out there that are big, you need to be thinking about how you're living, how your lifestyle is, and most likely you're in a stressful environment, and that's why you're eating, for real. So you need to be, in order to relieve stress, whether you're dealing with drama from your baby mama or you're dealing with weight, anything, you need to be working out. And you don't have to have any weights or anything in order to work out. All you need to do is just get down, do push-ups, go outside, walk a long ways, like every day. It's routine. If you're motivated and you get up and you do that same thing every day, then you're gonna see results. You're gonna see things happen. It's just like hacking down a tree. If you whack at it enough times, it's gonna fall. So you need to be thinking about that with life. What you do is you work hard, you put your head down, and you keep going. And forget all the drama around you. Drama comes and goes, but if you don't act on drama, it won't be no drama. Just so you know, that's another way to look at life. If you face away, just face away. Like, you know what I mean? Just keep on walking. Some people can't do that, but to be honest, it takes a stronger person to walk away from a fight than to actually be in one. And when you're in one, you go into one with your eyes wide open. Just so you know, you should never be fighting any kind of fight unless you thought very thoroughly about how this is going to go down. So, just so you know, that's something else to think about. You really should also be thinking about, like, where you gonna live at. So if you have kids, you should be living with them, and they should be living with you. If you're under 18, you should be in the house with the parents. And you shouldn't be having no kids between the age of 10 and 17. Anytime in 11, 17, I don't think kids have can retain them. That's crazy. But they do. I have heard stories, crazy stories. So all of you people out there in between that age, 11 to 18, you shouldn't be having kids. And if you're thinking about you want a kid, well, there ain't no way for you to provide for that kid. It's gonna be the grandparents that's gonna be taking care of that kid, and at that point, they trying to enjoy the rest of their life that they got left, cause they older and shit. They want to travel. That's when they want to travel. They want to retire. You ain't gonna get to retirement working at a desk job, just so you know. You're gonna be retiring at like 66, and then who's gonna be on a plane at 60? I mean, like, how many people that are old do you see traveling over 55? They're traveling on business maybe, but they ain't going nowhere that they want to go. They're going wherever society tells them to go. So I would like to be independently going to, wherever I want to go for vacation. I want to be retired like at 50 or 40. Shit, I'm not 40. Some people retire at 40. You go in the military at 18, you got 20 years. You'll be 38. You'll be retiring half a check for the rest of your life, whatever you go out as. So that makes people want to join the military. But at the same time, those people put their life on the line and they're going to die. Or they're not going to die, So you have to think about that too. That's another decision. But there are some positives to that. There's education. Get you out of wherever you're at. Let's say you're in a bad situation. Why not join the military? Make a man out of you. If nothing else will. Shit. That's if you having trouble with life. Yeah, anything. Like, it'll straighten you up. It's like a wake-up call. I think you should join the Army versus any other thing, or the Air Force if you're able to get in there. I was in the Army, but I would suggest the Air Force because it looks like they got an easier life than we had, so that's probably the easiest. I would not go into the Navy because I wouldn't go in the water, but that's my belief. Whatever floats your boat, But also, so that's enough about the military. But after the military, I got my education. So, and education can be done online nowadays. So there's no excuse. If you're already online looking at videos, then why not look at videos about school? Read online. That ain't gonna hurt you. It's gonna make you smarter. But the thing is, you gotta have a thirst for knowledge. You gotta know what you want to learn about. Once you have something you want to learn about, then you're like, oh yeah, I love this. I'm interested in this. So then you want to go find out more information. Find out information from whoever will talk about it. So there's different ways to learn. When you're looking at information, you have reading information. You can see it visually. You can, talk to someone. They can teach you it physically. So there's all these different ways to learn. And everything that I just said is free, and it's on the internet. All you gotta do is look for it, find it, and watch it or read it, or interact with someone. It's just as easy as that. That's the only way you're gonna get smarter. Education is how you get smarter. The smartest people have the best lives, to be honest, because they end up using their minds in order to get them into a good situation. And then at that situation, it could be a job, or it could be their own business, or they could be rich. So, that's the only way you're going to get there. Otherwise, you're going to be working a job, 9 to 5, doing a 9 to 5er. Most of you out there doing a 9 to 5 right now. And how are you going to get out of that 9 to 5? How? And you got kids, and it's a 9 to 5. You're in a rough situation. And maybe you love your life, but at the same time, you're having a hard time with that if you're in the ages of 18 to 30. So you need to be going to school. And if you're 30 to 40, you can go to school then too. It ain't too late. But you should definitely be going to school. And you can go to school online. Get on here now. Let's go to school online. And once you do that, you might think it's a little rough at first because there are things that you don't want to learn, but you understand that it's like taking medicine. It's like, do you not want medicine? Do you not want to give yourself Tylenol when you have a headache? Right now you got a headache, and the headache is called ignorant. Ignorant means that you don't know. You don't know because no one's taught you. And there's nothing wrong with that you don't know. But it is a wake-up call when someone's telling you that if you don't know, go find out, go learn, go do something. That ain't gonna hurt you. And once you do something, then, you'll thank yourself, you'll thank everyone for being there while you were doing it. And you have something to look back on that you accomplished. And after that, it's only better because then people are gonna hire you. You're gonna get a job, or you're gonna create your own business. And then you're gonna hire people, But as of right now, this is the motivational things you should be thinking to yourself every day, and start making plans. Because I like to see more black people, in a corporate environment, to be honest. When I have worked at lots of corporate environments, and every time I go there, I am the only black person there. Or I'm the only black male. I have not seen another black male in a corporate environment at all. Now, that is just crazy to me because of the type of work I do. I'm just like, I would think I would run into one. Well, at one company I ran into one, and that was it. He was a manager, and he was way older than me. He was like in his 40s. So I just don't understand, like, where are y'all at? Like, are y'all sitting on the couch? Are you smoking? Like, I'm not gonna talk about that, but you should definitely be working hard at doing something. Like not sitting on the couch, not being at your parents' house, not being one of those parents that doesn't see their kids, because you have the will, and there will be a way if you have the will. Alright, so if y'all want me to talk more, all you gotta do is like this video and also comment on it. But I don't want no negative shit. Otherwise, I don't want no negative stuff, though. This is just to inspire people, to bring up some topics to talk about, and to think about, motivation. Alright?